and welcome to this episode of Scope. I am Tracy Pa. The Teaching Service Commission is taking a bold step this year by encouraging teachers to participate in the census. The National Census launched by Prime Minister James Marape recently commences June 17 this year after a long delay. Many teachers in rural and remote areas spend most of their lives living with the community they serve and develop close kid relationships with the families. They are in a better position to conduct sufficient census collection exercises. After more than a decade, the long-awaited national census for the people of Papua New Guinea will finally get underway this June. The last census took place in 2011. This important constitutional requirement by the PNG government could not take place in 2021 because of COVID-19. On March 27 this year, the National Census Program was launched at the APEC House. Prime Minister James Marape announced that counting begins 17 June and ends on the 30th of the same month.
Pleasure this time. It can't give credit to Marape, Rosa Pangu government. It is our constitutional duty. It is our constitutional duty to make this count, and we are obliged to deliver a successful census. Some of you may say it is late, it is a short time, but with a cost-effective but a high quality strategy can make us achieve the completion of the national census we want for our country.
In his speech also, the Prime Minister urged public servants to participate in the national census as paid government employees.
Chief Secretary, you and DPM Secretary issue circular instruction out to every public servant who are paid already. There is not time for you to ask allowances to do this job. From 16th to the 31st of June, you are at work for the national headcount. We have massive public servants in all layers of our government, from Waigani all the way to the ward levels. Use the public servants. Chief Secretary and Secretary DPM issue a circular instruction out that on this date, every public servant far and wide throughout the length and breadth of our country, including the special region of Bougainville, the autonomous region of Bougainville, you deploy your time to the count of citizens that you are serving.
The Teaching Service Commission is one of the first to encourage its members to participate in the census exercise. TSC Chairman Samson Wangyomi is reaching out to teachers around the country to support this important constitutional exercise because government needs data to make informed policy decisions and prioritized development programs and projects for the country.
One very important activity that is now happening is going to take place in June is the National Census. And I am calling on teachers, if they are approached, that they must take part in the census.
About 80% of Papua New Guineans live in the rural areas, where primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions are located. On an annual basis, the government sends teachers to teach in these institutions. These teachers spend most of their lives living with the community they serve, adapting to their way of life and developing close kid relationship with the community. With this, Wangyomi said teachers can be able to conduct sufficient census collection exercises to fast-track the process.
You are the closest to your communities, and so if you are approached to help, if you are asked to help, we encourage you to take part.
Wangyomi says the participation of teachers in this important national exercise is stimulated in Section 105 of the Teaching Act.
Just out there, if you're successful, if your application is successful and that you to take part, I encourage you to do so, because we will release you automatically under Section 105 of the Teaching Service Act to take part in national duties. So please do your bit by getting yourself registered, and then let us know, so we will release you.
Wangyomi called on teachers to follow the right process when applying to help in the census. They must first register and undergo training with the census team to better understand the processes involved. Teachers must also have better understanding of what is expected of them before they go out to the community to collect data.
Before they do, they must give their names to our TAC advisors in the provinces or the Provincial Education Division, or even the department's inspectors. I asked them to help in recruiting. Now they want trainers to train census officers or census people to collect data and all that.
Wangyomi said teachers to participate will be paid by the government, and should they be requested by the census team to work extra hours, they are eligible to request further claims.
And I know you teachers will be asking for, will I be paid for doing this exercise? And I want to strongly emphasize that if you are engaged during the normal public service times, from 7:45 to 4:06, you are already being paid by the government. All right? You are already being paid by the government. But if the national statistics people want you to work after hours, then that's when you can put in a claim to them. But if you are engaged during 7:45 to 4:06, you are already being paid by the state, so do not ask for any money. You heard what the Prime Minister said at the launching.
The TSC chairman reiterated that no penalties will be imposed on teachers who do this voluntarily. The chairman called on the census team to involve as many teachers as it can. After the break, New Island oil palm growers participate in oil palm intervention program. And later, Yanguru Saucia boasts a 24-hour market, the first for Papua New Guinea. Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke recently delivered an inspiring message to enthusiastic smallholder growers in Panamana, New Island on March 28, 2024. As a smallholder oil palm grower from West New Britain, Minister Maneke's insight reflect a deep understanding of the industry's needs and challenges. This initiative is set to develop an expansive 150 hectares of smallholder blocks in New Island. The funding is a crucial component of this National Oil Palm Intervention Program.
A traditional New Island welcome was given to Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke and a number of industry heads on March 28, 2024. Minister Maneke was accompanied by Chairman of the Oil Palm Industry Corporation Board, Stuart Tataro, and OPIC General Secretary Kepsen Pupita to witness the presentation of 324,000 kina to the New Britain Palm Oil Limited to acquire 21,000 oil palm seedlings for local growers. The main event took center stage in Panamana village on Friday, 29th March. It started with a smooth hour's drive from Wuyang town to Panamana, located on the infamous Bolominsky Highway. The guests were welcomed all over again by traditional sing-sing groups from entrance all the way to the podium. School children in the locality were fully involved in the welcome ceremony. For the local smallholder farmers, it is exciting times ahead. They came in numbers to Panamana OPIC station to witness the government of the day make an investment to what will basically better their livelihood and that of their children. This initiative, in partnership with New Britain Palm Oil Limited, is set to develop an expensive 150 hectares of smallholder blocks in New Ireland. This funding is a critical component of the National Oil Palm Intervention Program for the growth and sustainability of the oil palm industry.
So that is why the last 40-50 years, you mean punish and you need lo desla law na you mean walk na you mean no direct funding in local government. So me talking about people blow me on New Ireland, also na country all get a like talk 10 kilos la gaman. Lo last year 2023, first 30 million kina come lo oil palm, and now let time lo walk line. So this year I'm second year budget blow you me nabla 30 million kina again come. So me like making clear to lo you me also this line lo intervention program. Eminim also nibla by walk now long law blow you me, nibla policy blow you me lo oil palm. Na tu all law where we can karman la oil palm lo kisim bless lo this la opikek te mister. Na same time to overall in this la industry so that you can be able to look in future blow you me based on light blow gaman.
Maneke further said after this intervention program, the government will be reviewing the Oil Palm Act 1992 so it focuses on the benefits of the growers and not just the extension services.
Also, General Secretary making clear, please. This is la OPIC Act, and only extension service act. Emplo buying service or providing lo you plow growers. This is la act, and no karamapim road lo you, and no karamapim wonam kind support or direct pan kam lo gaman lo you noga. This is la act, and only design him in a way that me isolated long or budget lo gaman. So this la act, and me talk tasol also all grower by putting levy na levy lo all by running this like extension service program lo inside lo country.
Minister Maneke appealed to the landowners to make land available so that the government can add value to the land.
Long time lo look lo way, all people can surrender him ground because over the ground lo me, any customary land, you me clear lo this land. So today I'm government making two thing also. And by putting money available and in it lo lands, na buy ground lo you me papa ground. Buy ground lo you me papa ground na you me open him up lo opportunity. Lo planning new pla oil palm. So this is an opportunity and start lo today, starting lo ground, and then come lo participation lo imi or people or growers, district government na tu lo provincial government lo participate lo value chain lo this la commodity or this la industry. So emi open him up today, emi start inside lo this la new pla reviewed legislations. This la management bill na this la industry bill. Na same time too, this la policy whereby guiding this la tupla bill na me present him lo parliament.
General Manager for Polyamba Plantation, Wuyang urged farmers to produce more yields in order to benefit from their effort. He said most often smallholder growers tend to leave their crops unattended, resulting in overgrowth and less yields.
Meaning to say some area, a lot of area not harvested properly, not maintained properly. We have the fertilizer, we have the agriculture tool, we have the sickle, we have the wheelbarrow. So use it. Get it, order it, and use it. If you continue not to improve your own land, you are the growers, you're not going to improve. One day, you will see others will do better than you, you will feel regret. If you go to my country, Malaysia, I'm from Malaysia, we already come into the fourth generation, and Polamba is the second generation, but the oil palm grower is still in the first generation. We haven't failed and replant. So that's why we have the Minister of Oil Palm here to assist us to put some fund expenses for us to improve on this going forward.
General Secretary for OPIC, Captain Pupita, also announced the promising future of Papua New Guinea's oil palm industry, backed by government support and the OPIC Act. Mr. Capson encouraged smallholder growers to fully utilize resources available to them to improve their yield rather than await government intervention.
Time you go inside the block, morning 8 o'clock, Mr. Talking Market Farmer. Time you public 7 o'clock, walk morning 8 o'clock or company line. You try to go walk inside the garden law 8 o'clock. Me finish 4 o'clock. You too finish 4 o'clock. Now after 1 week, you by looking. GM talk, oil palm and sustainable. In a Papua nobody waiting triple moon. In a coffee nobody waiting triple moon. In a coconut nobody waiting 9 plus year. After 10 days you shall go harvest there.
In addition to the funding presentation, Minister Maneke presented a backhoe and a 3-ton truck to the New Island OPIC office. These assets, along with the inauguration of a new OPIC office complex and 4 staff houses, signify the enhancement of the industry's infrastructure, aiming to foster a supportive environment for the sector's advancement. Under OPIC stewardship, the National Oil Palm Intervention Program is meticulously designed to tackle pressing industry challenges, notably addressing the issue of aging palm trees which have been adversely affecting production levels. Through initiatives like NOPIP, the government is demonstrating its commitment to directly supporting smallholder oil palm growers, ensuring they have the resources and infrastructure necessary for sustainable growth and prosperity.
Join me later after the break to conclude this episode with Wuyang 24-hour market. The people of Yanguru Sausia district in the East Sepik province celebrated the launch of the Wuyang Market project on Tuesday, 9th April, which upon completion will be the first ever 24-hour market in the history of Papua New Guinea and the first in the South Pacific region, according to UN Women. The Minister for International Trade and Investment and Yanguru Sausia MP, Richard Maru, said the Wuyang market would be a national asset upon completion because it would not only serve the people of Wuyang and the Yanguru Sausia district, but also those from other districts in the East Sepik province, West Sepik province, and all traveling public along the Sepik Highway.
At the start of this month, the Yanguru Sausia District Development Authority and UN Women had initial discussions to work together to develop the first modern 24-hour market in Papua New Guinea at Wuyang along the Yanguru Sausia stretch of the Sepik Highway. On Tuesday, the 9th of April, the district of Yanguru Sausia witnessed the official launch of the Wuyang Market project.
May have master one the Mogada our partners Bromipla. Asebal Wuyang, the Wuyang community, one of support play Yupla, Kusambukring Ogata na Numbo, na Yanguru Sausia. May have master Bromipla Katin Ribbon. Now officially launch him the most ambitious market project in Papua New Guinea's history, the first 24-hour market in Papua New Guinea and the South Pacific.
The Wuyang 24-hour market, once complete, will serve the Yanguru Sausia district and the people from both East and West Sepik province who travel the Sepik Highway.
This market operate day and night. And we mean also, it must got good lighting. And we mean also, Wuyang got good police station, police by patrolling the market day and night. All mama blomi must save. All Susan must save. All mama come long way. Make a guest house lo market. You sleep inside the market and you put it standing below market.
The first phase of the Wamayan Market project will be the building of the bore water supply system by Adventist Development and Relief Agency, or ADRA, to supply water to the market and to all the families in the Wamayan village. PNG Country Director for ADRA, Darren Yorio, announced at the launch that work on building the water supply system will commence the third week of April.
Now, one very important work law, this kind project water system where must stop inside law. This kind project where everybody benefit him the soul project now users project especially on mama where all by using market all online will by go come na using market na traveling public but also community inside law here. So work law ADRA or some development partner law district work on them district law bring him water come inside law support him this very important project.
While the water supply system is being constructed, the design work for the market will commence. Another important development partner of the Wamayan Market project, the UN Women, will take care of the soft part of the project, which includes providing training on the proper management of the market to make it a safe and sustaining project.
So this project is not only the business of Honorable Maru, it is everybody's business. So UN Women is here to make sure that this market has the highest standard and everything works well. There's going to be comfortable seating, rest accommodation, a place to rest, a place to sleep, a place to clean yourself, a place to eat, a place to be comfortable, 24 hours power supply, energy source, banking facility, financial services, and much more for everybody who is passing on this highway.
Minister Maru urged UN Women to start the training program as soon as they can.
Woman, you are the host, and by National Asset Block country, me by expecting UN Women, I will be expecting UN Women before we even start building the market to talk about a training program on who will manage the market. Our youth will be employed. They must go through soft training and work with UN Women. You don't have work in training, na ready more line of managing market. After market is built, you must train them before. Time start them alone now.
A big announcement was also made at the launch when the national government, through the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, made a commitment of 1 million kina towards the Wamayan Market project.
National Planning give 1 million today. District so far, we have spent 2 million. YSDDA, including payment, including leveling ground. People have said people have money finish. Buy land, we bought the land as well. Big plan investment district working finish. No good to me go to donor, na partner, na asking for support, na all but dog. Now you have you way. No, let me through my finish here. We are committed to this cause.
Minister Maru appealed to the people of Wamayan to take care of the market project, especially to look after all the contractors who will be working to deliver the project.
I mean, a legal project. One blood district lo ECP go Papua New Guinea. Ino been trying one blood project also. Mi blood believe lo God blow mi blood lo heaven by star on mi blood na. Power mi blood lo moving like the blood. When you come up channel the blessing lo over the line blow mi blood. Mi appeal you blood man all picking man lo Wamayan. Magari stop by you blood no got more drinks steam na penis. You will yet become up security na market by you will wash lo market lo here. All clean up by you will yet. So plan the employment by come up and indirectly placing you will line the place.
And And that wraps up Scope this evening. Until next Sunday, I'm Tracy Pa. See you then.